Hey, what's up YouTube? Encrypted Knight here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Doom for the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo version of Doom was published by Williams Entertainment on September 1st of 1995 near the end of the console's lifespan. The NTSC version came in a red cartridge and featured a Super FX2 chip. This version of Doom didn't use the Doom engine, but instead a custom engine called the Reality Engine, programmed by Randy Linden. There's 22 levels featured from the PC version, although they're not 100% identical. One noticeable difference is that there aren't any textures on the floor or ceiling. The game lacks a saving mechanic, which means each episode has to be completed from start to finish. Multiplayer was available if the players bought a peripheral device called the X-Band modem. Due to memory limitations, the enemies are only animated from the front, meaning they always face the player, which prevents the monsters from fighting each other, although their projectiles can still damage each other. Although standard strafing is still intact, circle strafing has been removed entirely. Another feature removed due to limitations is called sound propagation, rendering all enemies deaf. Although the game runs at the system's nearly 256 x 224 pixel resolution, it doesn't fit the entire screen, but instead runs in a window with a black frame. The system's onboard processors play new arrangements rather than the PC version's MIDI format. Episode 2 cannot be played on I'm Too Young to Die or Hey Not Too Rough, and Episode 3 can only be accessed on Ultraviolence and Nightmare mode. Due to concerns from Nintendo, any references to hell were to be removed, although an inverted cross can still be found in the Inferno chapter, which takes place in hell. Due to hardware limitations, the blood drawn from gunfire was removed, as well as blood impact, smoke, and bullet sparks. The Automat feature takes full advantage of the Super FX2 chip, allowing for the entire map to spin around the player's position as opposed to the player being portrayed as an arrow. The shotgun no longer shoots 7 projectiles, but instead just one shot, much like a rifle, allowing players and enemies to get shot at a distance with no decrease in power. Although the chain gun is now capable of shooting one shot, the bullet stock still produces a double sound effect. Rockets are stronger and are able to take out enemies like the Baron of Hell with only 3 shots compared to the PC's version's 5 to 6 shots. The plasma gun is stronger and uses fewer sprites in its firing sequence. The BFG doesn't display an explosion graphic like it does in other versions. It just fires a round that looks like a barren fireball, and then causes a ripple effect without the animation. The chainsaw sound effect has been changed. The rockets of the Cyber Demon fire out backwards. The Demon, Lost Soul, Cyber Demon, and Spider Demon don't have their own death sound effects, and instead use the imps. The ST face is the only one to remain in the status bar. Nightmare mode doesn't have respawning enemies anymore. Instead, the enemies are just tougher as usual. There aren't any cheats in this version of Doom. The only way to cheat would be to use an Action Replay or Game Genie device. Due to memory limitations, all regular Marine corpses are now replaced by GIB Marine corpses. And finally, due to Nintendo's standards, all bloody sacrifices and tortured bodies have been removed. Fans of Doom have been known to criticize the port for its graphics, including the inability to see far off monsters, for its clunky controls, and for its terribly low frame rate. but fans praised the port's music, calling it superior to that of its Sega 32X and Atari Jaguar counterparts. Although the Super Nintendo version of Doom is nearly unplayable after the first few levels, I think it's pretty interesting for being a custom engine. But overall, this is a bad port that I would stay away from unless you're a curious masochist like myself. I give Doom for the Super Nintendo a 5 out of 10 rating. Please do yourself a favor and stay away from this hellspawn. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Be sure to like and subscribe for future content.